That day was the start of a horror I've never seen before with my own eyes. I thought I had been doing my whole family a favor by finding us freedom which had evaded us our entire lives. I had never been more wrong. That day was hard on me. I lost my baby and my wife's love for me. She hated me for trying to find freedom, although being a slave was not much better than taking the risk. Some days after our baby died, I realized in my heart that I needed to leave. I needed the isolation that evaded me throughout my entire life. I told my wife Winnie that I couldn't go on with the pain and that I must go for my own good. She turned away like I was the devil and never looked back. Every step she took while leaving me pained me more than if I was stepping on some upright needles. I ran off to Canada with the aid of a couple white men. The journey was tough and full of hardships, where I encountered many obstacles. I even had to cross back through the old barn. It was just a heaping pile of cinders. I almost took off over there to see if my papa, Samson, was over there. I almost forgot that I would return to being enslaved if I was captured by my mistress. I continued on my treacherous trek to Canada, but that moment will never leave my mind. Even though I was free, I didn't feel the happiness I deserved in life. I felt like I had left something behind that I needed. It was surely my wife, Winnie. I loved her so much, and she was like my other half. One disagreement turned us so hard against each other that we left each other for good. Down in Nova Scotia, my life was a whole lot different, but not a great deal better. I was respected and acknowledged, but everything was dull and lifeless. Maybe that was just because I was still depressed by the loss of my family, and if the thought could never leave my mind. I would give anything to have my baby back, and with that, my wife, Winnie. I traveled through all the villages of Nova Scotia to look for familiar faces that I used to be enslaved with. As if a miracle had landed upon me, I was able to meet up with Emma, but not Joe. Joe had recently enlisted in the Army. Emma said there was absolutely nothing she could do to stop him from leaving. He felt that he needed to help out all the other slaves to escape like he was able to. I would never be brave enough to do that. I spoke to Emma about my departure from my former wife, Winnie. She looked at me with sorrow as she comprehended what I told her. "I'm so sorry," was all she could say. Tears filled our faces, drowning us in depression. I couldn't take it anymore, and I fled Emma's abode like it was on fire. Being free was nothing like it was brought up to be. Sometimes the past can hang over you more than anything. Maybe I should find a new partner in life. No, I can't. There will never be a woman I love as much as Winnie in this world. I've thrown away my entire life for the idea of freedom. But freedom ain't freedom. With freedom comes a weight on your shoulders, the weight of what you've left behind.